Yeah, so we have this, what is that? We created a JSP file. We created this JSP file, okay, for train reservation system. You can just check out. So we are also having this path and all those things stuff, which is directly mapped with the or binded with the model class reservation, which we need to create. So in this example also, we are creating Spring MVC form tags. So you can just see that all the input controllers are prefixed with the form keyword. So here we are using radio button. In the previous examples, we are just put a text box like this, but here using radio button, check boxes, then drop down list, etc. So all these controls are mapped with the path property. Okay, and just you need to create this now. We need to create this. So we need to go to the model package and we'll create a new Pojo class. That's nothing but reservation. This will be named as reservation. Okay, it's a model class. So we are just getters and setters for this. So you can just check here. These are the properties. So same, we're defining where in the path, in the path attributes. Okay, same values will be defined in the path attribute. That's nothing but reservation dot JSP. So in the reservation dot JSP, we mentioned that in the path, first name, last name, and all those things. So we just created that a model class, and we're generating getters and setters. We're generating the getters and setters. We generate the getters and setters. Okay, done. So this is directly mapped or binded with this attribute. Fine. Okay. So now our form is ready and our model class is ready. What next? We need to create a controller. We need to create a controller. Reservation controller. Reservation controller. Reservation controller. Okay. So first thing is we need to create a method to display the form. To display the form. Okay. It is same whatever we have done previously. We need to create an object and add that object. So it's all about get mapping. So reservation. Okay. So I need to load the form, people. We just need to load the form. So this is a mapping name. I'm creating an object of reservation, adding that to the attribute. Okay. So reservation page we are returning. So it has what? Reservation object. Always make a note of this. You need to create an object of this. So this we did never did that previously. So you are getting error data morning. Okay. So we need to create an object and you're passing that object as reservation to this particular page. So this is the mapping. Hmm? So in the index.jsp, you need to add the mapping for this. Okay. That's nothing but reservation. The mapping name is what? Reservation. So link train reservation. That's all. So this we are going to which one? The controller reservation. We're creating an object of reservation. Okay, adding the attribute, and it is taking to reservation page dot JSP. So it is not that. So we are given created a file called as what? Reservation. This is not I given capital. So that's what? Reservation. This one, reservation. Okay, reservation. So here, just make a note of this reservation. Hmm? So if you want, I'll just make it as reserve, just for avoid confusion. Reserve. Okay. So now we are going to this reservation.jsp. So here, what should be the name? What should be the name? Reserve. So that attribute object is taken here. Hmm? The object is taken with the name reserve. Fine. So that's what. So first name, last name, all those things. We'll see now. This much will make your form display. This will just make your form display from index.jsp. Hmm? This will just make your form display. Train reservation. Second pointing to reserve. That one we added. No? We just change it. No? That's why it might not apply it reserve. Okay. So now we're getting a form. This is railway reservation form. Okay. What is the problem? We are not added the tag. This one. JSTL tag. Okay. So that's okay. So this we need to add. Okay. So just look here. We have text boxes plus we have what? Radio buttons, check boxes, drop down list. Huh? So all these are having path as an attribute. You can just check out here. Path, path, okay, path, city from, all those things. So now a form is loaded. When you click on train reservation, the form is loaded. So when you click on submit, we need to write the code now. Submit. So just look here. Submit. It is taking to submit form. A mapping name called as submit form. So you need to create the controller for that. Okay. We need to create a controller for submit form. Means method. So already we have a reservation controller. So we need to write a method for that. So in the reservation controller, I'm adding this method. So what should be here? Post mapping. Should be post mapping. Okay. So it will take to confirmation form. We're just trying to process it in the controller and it is taking to confirmation form.js. Again, using EL, we're just trying to display the contents. Okay, whatever the form is taken, and just observe that. Did you observe the code in the controller? There is some difference between the previous and this. We are not using that get us directly. We are displaying it. We are passing the control. That is also possible. It's not mandatory. So just look here in the reservation controller. I'm just saying simply confirmation form. If you see in the previous example, which was that employee controller, we done this. Is it not? Then we are returning new employee. But now we are not done this directly, but this will be passed. This will be passed. Even if you're not doing that, this reservation object will be okay. So reservation object is in the view. Is in the view. Hmm? So okay, here is this correct? What do you need to do? What should be this file name? What should be the name here? Reserve. Got it? We created that in the reservation.jsp here, reserve. When you click on submit, it is going to controller. Sorry, from here you're passing that. From here you're passing to the form. From form, when you click on submit, it is coming it as what? You need to fetch in the form of reserve. Okay. The name is reserve. This one, same. So yeah, here it is referred as res. Here it is referred as res. So this is sent to which one? Confirmation form. So just look at people, this res. So that we are just trying to access. Yeah, here. Here also we need to change it now what? All reserve, reserve, reserve. Because we are not using it there. That is why we are not using that res. We are directly passing it. Now that's why you have to use it in the form of reservation. Hmm? So here also you need to change it to what? Everywhere. Same. Okay. So confirmation. So just look here. Dot first name. Dot last name. Like that. Gender. This is directly displayed. Here we are using what? For each loop with the help of JSTL. With the help of JSTL. Why? For food, you might have selected lunch, dinner, breakfast, everything. So to traverse in that, we'll be using for each of type JSTL. Instead of using scriptlet, na, we're using that JSTL. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. So reserve, reserve, na, everywhere reserve. Yeah. We'll see that what happens. So I'm ordering breakfast, lunch, as well as dinner. That's why we are using loop there. So link from Bangalore to Mumbai. Also. Okay. Your reservation confirmed successfully. Please recheck the details. James Gosling mail means you selected everything. Going from Bangalore to Mumbai. Okay. So I'll just reset. I'll remove this breakfast, lunch and dinner. Bangalore to Delhi. Okay. Submit. Lunch and lunch and dinner. Bangalore to Delhi. Okay. So what did you see here? Now we're taking the form, data from the form, processing in the control and displaying in the JSP file. Okay. The details of a customer, the reservation.java. Again, the model class should not be named as reservation because it should be what? Noun. Now, all the model classes should be what? Noun. It should have been what? Customer. Not customer, passenger. It should have been a passenger. Instead of reservation.java, I should have named it as passenger. So like that. So now, as I told you, actually with the help of that model attribute, it's very much helpful. You do not get the parameter again. So I was just telling you, Nana, just So now in the previous case in employee controller, we did this. We're getting that model attribute. Here we're referring it as employee. Then we're adding that attribute, name, contact number, ID, and that it is attached. But in case of reservation controller, it's not mandatory. We can directly access in the view. Okay. Now what happens basically? What's happening? When you click on this, it is creating a new reservation object. It is creating a new reservation object. So when it is coming here, it is in the name of what? Reserve. In the model attribute. In the form we are given model attribute. When you click on submit, okay, when you click on submit, it is going to the controller. It is going to the controller. Here it is referred as what? Same. This is the model attribute. And directly we are reserve object is in the view. Reserve. Not reserve object in the view. So what is the usefulness of this? If you're using it here in this method, then only it will be used with the name res. Okay. So now reserve object is in the view. So we are just trying to access that in the confirmation with the name reserve. This is directly we are using. What is this? Expression language. To access the attribute values, we are using EL dollar within braces. Where is this first name, last name, and gender? It's of model class. Everything is linked. Plus, you are using the for each. Why? Because you might have selected multiple items. If you just see in the reservation, it is an array. Foot is of type string array. Okay, that is why you might have stored many values there. So that is why we are using for each loop of JSTL. Instead of this, we could have also used scriptlet, but again, it is difficult because you have to use embed with the table, all those things. So this will directly, not table, to display in the bulleted form. This is easily in the form of tags. Okay, but this will work. Just look at this is a reference variable pointing to what? Reserve dot foot. Here it will print the value of the reference variable, same as your for each. And we are printing it. And this is from and city to. So that is why we are displaying the values here. So this we should be knowing. When you're working with the Spring MVC based forms, remember about the form, it is prefixed with the form tag, form form letter, keyword, form keyword, colon, radio button, like that you put. So I'm just talking about this registration.js. Okay. So everywhere it is prefixed with the form, Spring MVC form tags.